Remember that case from New Hampshire where those motorcyclists were killed and that guy was driving that pickup truck with the gooseneck, but it was a CDL and he also had other DUIs. This was a few months ago. Okay, that case is back, and I'll tell you what, there's a twist you're going to want to hear about. It's really something. I'm surprised about it as much as you're going to be. Here's an update and a twist. Hello and welcome to Trucking Answers. I'm Mark, your twisty host, and there's an update to the case about this case in New Hampshire. All right, so let's get the yellow sheet. It's official when it's on here. So the guy's name, the driver of the truck, who I can't pronounce, I'll have to put here on the screen because I don't want to say it wrong. His defense attorney came out and said, hey, my client wants to be bailed out. He shouldn't be in jail without bail, which rhymes. And here's why. Now, this guy is accused, if you remember, of 23 counts, including DUI, because he tested positive for unspecified narcotics. So the prosecution says, all right, so 7 people died in this, all motorcyclists from the Jarhead Motorcycle Association out there. And look, no matter how they died, that is a tragedy. All right, let's get that straight. Now, what the defense attorney is saying is this. He goes, look, my client didn't even cause this accident. Why? Because when you get in an accident like this, not only are you tested, everybody's tested. And the motorcyclist that their initial crash, that cyclist, so the defense attorney says, tested at 0.135. Now, here's the thing. Can anybody drive around the country without having a freaking drink? All right, so that's one thing. So he says, look, that motorcyclist is in fact what caused it. This is what the defense attorney's claim, saying that motorcyclist, according to accident reconstruction, crossed the center line and hit the truck, causing its left front tire to swerve it in across the lane and hit the other motorcyclist. And that's what caused it. So the defense says, because that guy was drunk. Now, that driver won't be charged because he did not survive the crash. All right, jury selection is set for November of 2020 on this case. But he wants bail for his client because he goes, look, the motorcyclist, if he's the one drinking, that's why. Now, in the case, if you remember this, the driver of the truck, his name here is said, hey, I was reaching down for something. That's what he told the officers on the scene, and that's why I crossed the line. So it's going to be interesting for the defense to come up and say now, well, you know, this is really what happened. If he said on the scene he was reaching down for something. I don't know how that plays out. I'm not an attorney, certainly, but I think that's an interesting twist to the case that they're saying, oh, well, look, this motorcyclist, he's the one that was drinking, you know, oh, yeah, so my client, you know, may have had something too. And I don't know why it says unspecified narcotics. What does that mean? They test for something. It must be specified or not. So either way, an interesting twist to this case. I'll keep up with it because lives were lost here, and the whole state, remember, he had a DUI in another state, the truck driver, and it didn't come back to this state because he would have not been driving. It was a whole mess. The company is being sued, ironically, by the wife of the person they're accusing of drinking here, but the company is closed. Westfield Transport, I think was what it was called out there. They're closed. So I don't know where that goes. The insurance would still have to pay regardless. It's a big mess. People lost their lives. That's what the bigger mess is. I guess just say no to this kind of stuff is good. And really, if you drink, don't drive. And if you drink anything, do not be driving. All right. So that's the story with that. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with me and watching. And we will be back soon with more Trucking Answers.